parking feature, on the autopilot, you will not have a problem. It might look funny sometimes, especially getting across the Gulf Stream, because you have a 30-degree offset. You're going to be steering 125, and you're going to be doing 95.
So the boat will be sideways.
It's interesting, but just don't think just because you can see something, or you should, because you're going to overshoot this big time. It's a funny way to get across the stream the first time. But pick a good day, and which I know you will, and then you're gonna be okay.
It's just a different thing, right? It just feels like, okay, well, we've been sailing the entire time, the East Coast or in the Chesapeake, and there's always some place to like just jump in and be tucked in, and we're not worried about coral heads or all the things. It's like sailing, okay, it's beautiful and it's clear, but we're sailing through a minefield of stuff.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. It looks real scary on the part, but it's not. And once you get round that, if you go into Bimini, and then once you get round the what is that called, the North Rock or Bound Rock or something, north of Bimini, and you go across, the chart looks like, a minefield, but it's not. And then once you see the first island freighter coming around, some 300-foot freighter, that draws 9 feet, you realize, okay, these guys are doing this every day, so you can just put the waypoints in, on the way over to the berries, and you'll be perfectly fine. Have fun with it, and, let me know what's going on.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the confidence boost. All right. So we'll come in. Here we're going to go from probably down here. We'll come down to Key Biscayne, and then we'll come straight across. So here's Key Largo. We'll probably come straight across to Bimini, to North Bimini, get checked in, and then just like Richard was just saying, go around this through North Rock, and we just jump on this track right here, and that brings us all the way in. So this is the Berry Islands, which everybody raves about. Yeah, sorry, this is in meters. So 4 feet, you're looking at like 13 feet of water here. We draw 411, we always round up and just say 5 feet for simplicity. So we're going to be in under 20 feet of water, but it's crystal clear water. So it's going to probably look shallower than it really is.
So what is the chart? So these are the Explorer charts that we got.
I'm sure there are more of them, but we got the one for the near Bahamas, which covers these areas, and then the Exumas and the Ragged Islands. So it's just
put a little collection in here.
Yeah, so I think these are the minimums. Chris Parker, for those of you that don't know, Chris Parker, I believe he actually used to be a weatherman. He and a business partner of his launched their own business, and they do weather and routing for cruisers all over the world.
Hello, Andy.
Hey, Chris.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty well.
Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. It's
You bet.
for other people that cruise the world, this is no big deal. Bimini is a stone's throw. With a good arm, stone's throw away. But it's to be honest, if there was no Gulf Stream, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So somebody, signs up to use your services, and just like us, we will at some point today be getting our kind of final email that will lay out all your guideline suggestions. We'll get, and I think in the conversation that you and I had before, we would receive waypoints from you that I would then manually put into the chart plotter. We may look back on this in a year and think, gosh, what wimps.
Yes.
But there is something psychological about watching the skyline of Miami disappear over the horizon behind you, and you look out over the horizon in front of you, and there's nothing but blue water. We find that most sailors really motor 90% of the time, and that's unfortunate because, not only are you burning a lot of fuel, but it's noisy and it's nasty, and you're out there to enjoy the peace and quiet and calmness and beauty of sailing, in addition to enjoying all the other things that cruising has to offer. So, but we find that the reason folks do that is they put themselves in situations where the weather is really marginal, and then it ends up that, it's on the bad side of the margin and they can't sail and they end up motoring. So we try to find opportunities for you that are really good for sailing with a high degree of confidence, so we're not putting you out in a marginal situation where, you know, it could end up okay or it could end up kind of ugly. We don't look at just one app or one set of weather forecast models. We look at a variety of resources.
What's the general process of working with you? You know, we, like, for us, as an example, you know, we would tell you, I'm assuming in general, when we want to travel, where we're hoping to go, and then what happens.
Right. So, you know, basic things like the vessel's name, make, model, your approximate speed, motoring range, and anything that's unique about the vessel's characteristics or crew limitations. And then how we're going to communicate. You know, that would be if we're doing custom forecasts like we're doing with you. If you subscribe to the regional daily email forecast, we don't really need much information on the vessel, because the daily regional email forecasts, that $199 for a whole year that you get a forecast every day, that's not really geared just to your vessel. It's a regional forecast that a lot of folks are using. So we don't really need much specific information about you.
We are here at the testing facility, so we've come here because this is same day, oh sorry, don't face the sun. This is same day results, so we'll get tested today, and it's just Maki and I, because children under 10 don't need to be tested. You can see it right here, coronavirus testing available here. We're in suite 201, right? 201?
102.
Alright, so the thing is very simple. It's just, it will be the swab and then the tube. So basically, you just have to, it will be yourself, open this. So this part that has like hair or things like that is the one that goes in through your nose. So you're gonna put it in your nose, move it like 5 times in each nostril.
All right, so in front of us is the Los Olas Bridge. Really beautiful area of Fort Lauderdale. Thank you very much for the opening. You know you have a big yacht when you have a 500-gallon hot tub in the back.
Look at them. Yeah. Hi there. Yeah, we had him over there.
This will be the top string, or string 4. This is the note G.
So we took the COVID test, the RT-PCR. It took a little longer than anticipated, but we finally got the results. We're negative, and now we need to take that negative COVID test and apply for the health certificate with the Bahamian government, and so we're going to start this process right now. Those of you that have been out all over the world, going 50-ish miles from Fort Lauderdale or the Florida coast up to Bimini is no big deal, but it is for us. So, but as you can see, this morning is completely glass. The winds are going to be extremely low to non-existent today. We're in this is Marine Stadium. So there's our little boat. And then we're going to come out of Marine Stadium. We're going to go under the Rickenbacker Bridge into here, into Key Biscayne. So we're going to enter into the bay here. And then we're going to go through Biscayne Channel. We're going to exit out. This is out into the open Atlantic. And then we will cross open Atlantic over to Bimini. So this is already the Bahamas. So I know this is not, you know, the thing about today's trip is it's not about the distance. This is collectively, I think, 55 nautical miles. The challenge is that through here is the Gulf Stream flowing somewhere between 2 to 4 knots. So as you do your navigation and we start to cross this channel, we're trying to get here to Bimini. With the water flowing so strong headed north, if we came out from even Government Cut in Miami, you're coming into entering the Gulf Stream, which is roughly 50 miles wide in some places. And as you enter, you're going to be drifting. You're going to go from here and you're trying to get to this destination, you're crossing and you're just going to start drifting north and you're going to completely miss your destination, or your autopilot and everything is going to be fighting to try to keep you on its course. So we're going to exit roughly 8 nautical miles south, enter into the Gulf Stream, so that as we start that drift and we work our way up, we'll come here.
And then you put these X, these are your waypoints, right?
Yeah. So these are the, this is the track that we're actually going to follow, the solid black one, because it's further south. So that's it.
All right, so I'm going to go pull the anchor, right?
Okay, I'm going to open this door. And we are in the way.
Kids are still sleeping?
Passed out.
I ordered from Sam and the Indians. If we turn on the lights, I won't be able to go back to sleep.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
your brain's gonna think it's morning.
All right. Well, you can turn the light downstairs.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye.
So that's day mode, but it's a little bright for right now, so we could switch this to night mode. It's a little kinder to your eyes. Red light keeps you from basically going blind. The white lights really affect your lighting. We are in nighttime mode on SV Aliluki. We've got our life vests on. The boys are still downstairs while Oliver's awake. Is that Lucas? Oliver? Oliver's down there.
Oh, baby.
We are entering Biscayne Channel. This will be our exit point to the open Atlantic, and then we are straight shot across to Bimini. Ahead of us, actually, as we work our way out through this channel, there is a great piece of history. This area is known as Stiltsville. So you want to tell people how many nautical miles away are we from, can you read the chart?
34.
34.5 miles away from arriving to Bimini. As you can see, we're crabbing a little bit. So you can see that the boat, we're navigating to this track. However, we're sideways, and that's because the Gulf Stream is starting to push us. So if we didn't have the effects of the Gulf Stream, we would be just going straight across. But you can see the icon of our catamaran is starting to crab. So we're going a little bit sideways, which is okay. The reason, again, that we came further south here, so that when we start to shoot across and we drift, by the time we drift, we'll drift right to Bimini. So we're about to enter into the Gulf Stream. We'll actually be able to tell. We've been moving at around 8.3 knots. We'll see what happens. The Gulf Stream, I was told down here, is around 2 knots, and we'll pick up to 4 as we head north. So we'll see. I mean, here you can maybe see it better this way. So you see, not even that far off in the distance here, the water's a little rough right here where the water is shining, the sun is shining on the water. And just beyond that, you can see how calm, smooth the water. It's a different texture all the way along here. Pretty crazy phenomenon when you think of it, that this Gulf Stream continues all the way up north, up towards the Carolina coast, and then curves out and goes across the Atlantic back over towards Norway and England and comes back around. I need to read why it does that, but it's pretty interesting. Not bad. A beautiful day in the Atlantic. Land ho! Woohoo! All right. Look at that.
Or maybe we're imagining,
Yeah,
you know.
maybe it's mirage. Somebody lost their shoe.
Oh, oops. What?
So off on the horizon there, we're an hour and a half out. We can see something, trees. Obviously there are no mountains in the Bahamas, but we definitely have land dead ahead. I repeat, land dead ahead. Thank you. so this is the entrance in. So this is the entrance into Bimini. So we will enter through here. We're going to make a left, work our way through this channel, and we are going right here to Brown's Marina. Let's prepare for arrival. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed your trip. All electronics must be turned off. Please bring your seat backs to the upright position. Thank you for traveling aboard SB Hollywood. Found it. We're gonna get checked in here, immigrations, then down the street is customs, and then we're good to go. All right, so we've been cleared in through immigrations. We are ready to go. I couldn't film inside, which is pretty normal protocols. So now I'm headed over to customs, and then we're all done. In the meantime, while I've been doing all this running around town getting checked in, Oliver, Lukas, and Maki have already bought 6 lobsters from somebody that walked by the boat. So I guess we're having lobster for dinner.